Hi, Gemini. Welcome to your tarot reading. If you're new, welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. Either way, thank you so very much for being here, and thank you for sharing your energy with me. I really do appreciate it. That person that's on your mind, I want to pull what they're thinking, what they're feeling, see what the energy is going forward between the two of you. Maybe check in and see what blocks we have. So if this reading showed up on your feed, it is for you. If you are here because of the title, which I have no idea what that is, then this reading is definitely for you. So let's get into the tarot. And I did bring out some oracle decks as well for additional messages. So we have Six of Swords on the bottom. There's some kind of transition, leaving something behind here. Be sure and like the video or give me a comment. Subscribe if you like the messages. It really does help me out. And it also pushes my videos out there so other people can see them as well. So thank you for that. So again, we have this transition, this change. This person could be moving. One or both of you could be moving, but this is about leaving something behind here to move. You could physically be moving, or just it could be a mindset. You know, the swords are our thoughts. So it could be a transition in a mindset, but it's just moving forward and accepting some kind of lesson, right? You guys could be at a distance from each other too. So what this person is thinking, we have the Strength card. This is about that inner confidence. It is about pushing through obstacles and finding that inner strength in order to push through, right? That inner power and really having the courage. It's also like a very passionate type of energy. So they could be very passionate about you. And, you know, they could just have using a lot of inner willpower. If you guys are at a distance, they could be, you know, really focusing on that willpower in order to, you know, keep from rushing in here. So what they're feeling, we have the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is very much like a learning lessons, like going through a lot, kind of persevering and pushing through obstacles. It's very near success, but it's like a fatigue, right? It's like persevering and just staying resilient and overcoming challenges and obstacles. So again, this could be like somebody at a distance, and this is a big challenge for you. I just feel like they're a little fatigued, or a little maybe kind of burnt out, and just trying to push through. Again, with that Strength card, trying to kind of show that they're resilient and push through the obstacles. What they're not telling you, we have the Knight of Wands. So this is a very passionate energy. This is a Sagittarius energy, but we have Leo here and Sag. We've got Taurus. You know, there's all signs here, so it doesn't have to be a Sagittarius. But this Knight of Wands is really like passionate and confident. You know, they could have a lot of passion for you. They may not have told you that in the past. You know, they may want to come in here very passionately, and they just have not expressed their passion for you. Again, with this this Strength and this Nine of Wands, they probably, you know, have been holding back a lot with their willpower, but they are very attracted to you, whether or not they have expressed that to you. So their intentions, we have the Page of Swords. This is about a message, communication. So they are intending to communicate with you or send you some kind of a message here. So this could be like a newer energy. Maybe this is someone you haven't been in union with yet, or it could be somebody that wants to come back in here because they do feel very passionately about you. Maybe there's just, you know, accepting a lesson of being at a distance, and now they want to come back in here. You know, this distance could be at a physical distance, or it could be like a separation type of distance. Moving forward, we have the Hierophant, which is about traditions, beliefs. This is like a marriage card. So they could be very traditional in their beliefs, or they could want to, you know, come in here and moving forward, they do want to have a traditional relationship with you, whether that is getting engaged and then getting married, or, you know, if you were engaged, now they want to get married. Again, it's a general reading, so however it resonates for you, but they do want a more traditional path moving forward. Maybe it hasn't been traditional in the past, you know. Maybe there was just a lot of passion between you, and now they want more of a traditional, like they want a date. and they want to get engaged and they want something long term. Clarify what they're thinking, please, Spirit. So we have the Magician. Yeah, this is about manifesting lots of attraction. I feel like they are holding back here. They are very attracted to you because with the Magician and this willpower and this, being very attracted to you, I feel like they are very much holding themselves back because they do desire you very much. And they are manifesting this. But I really feel like they are trying that self-control, trying to, not holding back as in not giving to you. It is like just trying to have that willpower to not just, maybe this was just about sex in the past and now they want something more. They want to date you and they want to have a relationship with you rather than, just the passion. They want more. And I feel like they're manifesting this for sure. Clarify the 9 of Wands here. Oh, wow. Okay. I usually take one, but we got two. We got 2 aces. So you've got the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Swords here. Yeah, I feel like they really want some kind of new passionate beginning here, and they want to tell you the truth. And they're feeling like, there is lots of passion here. And I feel like they want something new. A double ace like that kind of, for me, is like a confirmation that they want to start over with something completely new. Some kind of like breakthrough. Maybe they didn't realize how passionate they were about you until there was some distance between the two of you. Whether that's physical distance or just mental distance, maybe you kind of distanced yourself from them because you wanted something more traditional, and now they're starting to realize that, and they're kind of getting that clarity. So clarify what they're not telling the collective, Spirit. So we have the Wheel of Fortune, which is things turning in your favor. It is about cycles and divine timing, but it's also about unexpected events. So there could be something that you don't need to know, but this is about like destiny, opportunity, decisive moments. Again, with this Ace of Swords, like I feel like they just kind of got some clarity on what it is that they really want. Maybe they didn't choose you in the past and now, they want to choose you. If you guys have been on a break, I just thought of Ross and Rachel. That's so stupid. Okay, what are their intentions, Spirit? Clarify their intentions. We were on a break. The Chariot. Yeah, they're going to communicate that they want to move things forward. This is like taking control and moving things forward here. And it is a very fast moving energy. Knight of Wands, the Chariot, those are very fast moving energies. So they're very determined to move things forward with you. And I feel like they're definitely going to communicate that, because with that Page of Swords, that is about communication. Clarify moving forward. Clarify the Hierophant, please, Spirit. Five of Wands, yeah. It's about obstacles, challenges, but it's about overcoming those, right? And like a resolution to the conflict. Learning something about, with the Hierophant, it's all about learning about these challenges and these obstacles and overcoming, learning how to deal with these conflicts. So on the bottom, I always set this deck the other way and I set it up, and there's an Ace of Cups on the bottom, and that's our third ace here. So I definitely feel like there is a new beginning in love here. But with the Five of Wands, it's about like avoiding conflicts and peace and harmony, right? Like a truce. I feel like maybe moving forward, they're learning how to kind of articulate more in an argument. Maybe you guys had some kind of argument or some kind of clash of opinion here, some kind of argument, and they kind of distance themselves, or you distance yourself, and now they're starting to understand and learn how to communicate better, how to avoid those conflicts, right? Like trying to come to some kind of agreement, like better communication, right? Definitely moving things forward though. What is the blockage in this connection, Spirit? What is the blockage? The Star, which is like healing. It is about lack of faith. So I feel like maybe somebody wasn't very hopeful, or, you know, didn't think that this could come together again. Maybe that was them and that's changing for them. You know, this cycle is ending and they're going to communicate that they want to move forward. There could have been some kind of lack of hope here. That could have been on your part, but it could have been on theirs as well. Maybe some healing was done. Again, learning how to communicate better and healing. What is this person's next actions, Spirits? We have the High Priestess, communication. There's definitely going to be communication coming in here. There's like this inner knowing, spiritual connection. Trusting their inner voice here, and their higher self, and communication. The advice for the collective, Spirits. Doing things differently when it comes to love, when it comes to opening up to love and your emotions, doing things differently. Again, with these arguments, I feel like we need to do things differently, right? And kind of pick your battles. We have 4 of Cups and 6 of Wands. Like opening up to new opportunities, new ways of talking, trying not to hold back. So, for example, this could be like not speaking up when something's bothering you, right? And then all of a sudden, like, you let it go and let it go and let it go. You let it fester, and then things kind of blow up into an argument, right? Whether that's a big argument or a small argument. This is about doing things differently when it comes to expressing your emotions and trying not to hold back, and really like being seen and letting this person know how you feel, and talking things out. Yeah. And really just doing it differently. And I feel like that's what they want to do too, because they finally realize, you know, they're getting clarity on what this connection is. They could feel like this is a very spiritual connection because you do have the High Priestess here. But yeah, really just kind of learning to open up and communicate more, especially about how you're feeling, what you're thinking. That could be a blockage for you. Maybe healing that. Because a lot of times in relationships, you know, or stemming from childhood, maybe you always felt like you couldn't speak up, right? And I feel like that's something that we need to do differently in relationships, is speak up and communicate, right? In a loving way. Again, with that Page of Cups, doing things in a loving way instead of holding back or withholding your affections or withholding your opinion, withholding love, withholding whatever it is that you do that caused like some kind of distance between the two of you. I feel like we need to do that differently in order for it to work out better this go around, you know? I feel like a lot of times we just kind of go in cycles in relationships, right? It doesn't mean that things need to end completely. Maybe you two just needed some distance to understand. And we all have different communication styles. We all have different love languages, right? Some of us like to talk things out. Some of us like to show acts of service. So maybe that's figuring out how you two can communicate together in your relationship and doing it differently this go around. What else do you have for Gemini spirits? So for some of you, if you are at family stages, they definitely want to build a family here. We have family, fertility, parenthood, pregnancy. So for some of you, I don't usually read on pregnancy, but if you are planning to get pregnant, then there could be a pregnancy coming in here. We have soulmates, deep love, unity, connection. So I definitely feel like this, like I said, this is we have that high priestess, a spiritual connection. This is a soulmate connection here. We have stress, turbulence, tension, arguments. Again, we have that 5 of swords. Sorry, my nose itches sometimes when I channel. It drives me crazy. But yeah, we had that 5 of wands here. The arguments, the tension, learning how to overcome those obstacles, learning how to diffuse that tension, right? With the star, learning how to alchemize that, learning how to really communicate better with each other and heal old wounds in order to come together. And then we have intuition, heart song, telepathy, inner knowing. This, I was going to say telepathy. So with the high priestess, I see that card as telepathic communication. I said communication, but I did not say telepathic. A lot of times people see that as a twin flame thing, and it could be, and twin flames can be soulmates, but this is a spiritual connection. You two could have telepathy, or you could just have that intuition, that inner knowing, right? That this is something that you do want with each other. I feel like this is a very loving connection. I feel like things are just at a distance right now. And again, maybe they needed some distance in order to, I think I hit my mic. Sorry about that. They needed some distance to see how passionate they really were with you. Sometimes, absence makes the heart grow fonder, right? What else do you have for Gemini spirits? So we have too soon. You get too serious too soon. Get to know each other before committing fully. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe you guys just needed some distance because things got too serious too soon and, kind of freaked them out. There's that runner chaser dynamic. That happens sometimes. We have anxiety. You're afraid to get close to someone. They are scared too. Give them a chance. So maybe this is like second chance kind of energy here. Not committed. Always chasing or being chased. You must be willing to commit to one person. So again, that runner chaser may not have been another person involved. It could have just been the energy. Getting crumbs. You deserve more than crumbs of affection. Wait for the one who adores you. Again, our love languages. Maybe that's something you need to communicate with them. I have this love language. I would like to see more action, more affection, whatever it is, talk to your partner. I feel like a lot of times that would solve a lot of our issues in relationships. So I hope that message helped, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.